This morning is 11.
Sit down, please, and have a seat.
We are glad to see you too.
Well, I would like to introduce you the aims of our today's lesson. Today we are going to devote our attention to three main aims: reading, grammar, and speaking. You are going to read about unlucky people. For grammar, we are going to study comparing structures, qualifying comparatives. And in the end, finally, we are going to discuss some statements, and you will share your opinion about whether you agree or disagree with some of them. Okay. On your desks, you can see self-assessment forms. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to assess yourselves. Each task has their points from 5 to 0. During the lesson, we will check the tasks, and you will put points to yourself. In the end, you will count everything, and you will know what kind of mark you are going to have. Besides, this evaluation also includes home task. Don't forget, your home task was workbook page 18. Remember? So let's get started. First of all, as a hook of the lesson, look at the sentences and correct their full statement. China is the most populated country in the world. True or false? True. True, let's see. Good. Jennifer Lawrence isn't as old as Taylor Swift.
True.
True. Very well. A kilogram of feathers doesn't weigh as much as a kilogram of gold.
False.
False. Can you correct this statement?
Kilogram of feathers. Weight is much as kilogram of gold.
Yes, they are the same. Oy. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system.
It's true.
It's true.
That's
Yeah.
easy.
Usain Bolt can run faster than a domestic cat.
False.
Let's see.
Agree.
False. So, correct the false mistake.
Usain Bolt can run as fast as domestic cat.
You mean they run the same speed?
No.
Who is
slower.
faster?
The Usain Bolt himself is slower.
Slower than a domestic
Just
cat.
average domestic cat.
Okay, and the last, the largest parliament building in the world is Romania.
True.
I wonder if you know this
Country.
country. Yes. in
Yes,
general.
no.
Is it true?
False.
Well,
It's true.
let's see. Sorry. Doesn't work, I'm sorry. Some technical misunderstandings with our computer. And it's true.
Of course it is.
Yes, of course it is. All right, so in these statements, we can see some structures. What are they? We can say they are comparative structures. I would like you to think of the structures of comparison. First of all, I would like to remind you that there are two types of adjectives. They can be short, which consists of one syllable, one or two syllables, and long adjectives, which consist of two and more syllables. Now, how would you formulate the rule for making comparative structures?
The short words we use, we add if to them, or
Let's see. There are adjectives, for example, warm. It is a short one. How do we form a comparative
You
structure?
add an ER.
We add ER suffix, exactly. What if it is more than two syllables? For example, beautiful.
we just write more.
Before the adjective.
Yes, we add
More.
more.
Almost.
More beautiful. Very well.
I think
What the superlative
Most,
structure.
yes, most.
Most beautiful,
It will.
And just
most beautiful, and warm,
S.
EST. warmest. We forgot something. Exactly. The warmest,
The most.
the most beautiful. That is correct. Now I would like you to open your students' books at page 22. Yes, this. Page 22. Now the short question to you. Do you think you are luckier or unluckier than other people? What is the luckiest or unluckiest thing that has happened to you or someone you know? Think about it and share your opinions.
Let me.
Take your time. So, Amina, do you think you are luckier or unluckier than other people?
I won't say I'm luckier or unluckier than other people because I'm scared that my luck is gonna go away. So I will stay quiet on this. But I can say the luckiest thing that happened to me that has happened. I can say about it. So one day we had a biology lesson and we had to bring lemon or other citrus and we forgot about it. So somehow we found money for fruit. Somehow we found this fruit in the school. We went to shops near school and got A's. I don't know about now, but my 12-year-old version of me was so proud of it. She was screaming.
So it was, that was the luckiest thing that ever
Yeah.
happened to you.
Yes, it's the luckiest thing.
All right, now boys, can you share your experience, please?
So when I was playing maybe one kind of like became famous 7 times in a row. So I think it was the largest thing that happened to him.
And in general, do you yourself think that you are luckier or unluckier than other people?
I think I'm lucky because when I played evaluation of paper, I was like always losing.
It is an example of your unlucky.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's move on. Now, I would like you to look at the text and underline the correct words to complete it. Now, since we know the structure, since we reminded us the structure of the comparative forms, you now can underline the correct options in the text, which are given to you in bold. 22, yes? Shall we read in a chain? Orhan, could you please start?
If you were Kostis
Mitsotakis.
Mitsotakis, you might consider yourself the world's unluckiest man. Kostis was the only person in his village not to buy a ticket in the Spanish Christmas lottery. When they won first prize, everyone except Kostis received a share of total prize of nearly 600 million pounds. So he was the poorest person in his village that Christmas.
All right, you choose poorest because what kind of adjective is it?
Short.
It is a short one, that's why.
That's fine.
Poorest. And which form is it, superlative or comparative? Superlative, very well. Lera, could you please continue?
But there are other
Contenders.
For example, the park ranger or Sullivan was even unluckier us, close to.
Do you agree?
No.
Then
No. Then, which form is it? Unluckier than. Comparative or superlative? Comparative, that's right. We use than to compare two things. Rehan, could you continue, please?
So he was struck by lightning 7 times in his lifetime, the world record. However, that's nothing like as bad as Orion's strong light, who's perhaps the most unfortunate of all.
Okay, you chose most because
Most because unfortunate is the long
adjective. And which form of comparison is it? Comparative or
Superlative.
superlative? Yes, very well. So let's read the text till the end, and then we'll proceed with work. Eva, could you please continue?
So at 18 months old, he accidentally drank disinfectants and had to have his stomach pumped, and the older he gets, the worse things become. He's been run over, nearly drowned, and had a car crash. John's life has been more accident-filled than you once think possible. But he doesn't think he's unlucky. As far as he concerns, most of his accidents could have ended a lot more seriously. So he may actually be the world's luckiest man.
All right, so according to the Learn This box, there are also 3 main rules for comparative structures. The task for you is to find the examples of the rule in the text itself. We have just read the text. Now I want you to find the comparative structure. Structure 1 is for comparative and superlative adverbs. As we have already found, it is used with the suffix er and the est, together with more or less, or and the, most, and the least. Now, look at the text itself and find the structures that relate to this very rule. Look through the text.
the coolest.
Read out the sentence, yes.
Has been more accident pilot.
I'm sorry, could you repeat again,
Has
please?
been more accident pilot than
Accident field.
refused.
No, not this rule.
More serious.
More seriously, can you read out the whole sentence, please?
As far as he
Concerned.
most of his accident could have ended a lot more seriously.
Seriously, yes. So the adverb seriously in comparative structure will have more as an additional word. So could you please underline this structure and now put number 1 beside it to say that it relates to rule number 1. Rule 2 says as the follows. We can use the following structure to show that two things change together because they are connected. For example, the longer he lives, the crazier things get. The harder I tried, the better my life became. Now, can you please find this example from the text? Amina?
And the older he got, the worse things became.
Let's see. That is correct. The older he got, the worse things became. Underline this very example in the text and put number 2 as the second rule. Now, can you please look at the structure? I would like to know for sure that you understand. So we have the definite article there plus comparative adjective. The sentence parts are divided with comma, and then again definite article and the comparative structure of the adjective. Let's move on. Rule 3. Here it is. A simple structure. Comparatives often have a clause after them. For example, she's more upbeat than she used to be. He's less unhappy than I imagined. John swam further than he intended to. Now look through the text and find the structure which is related to this variable. Mariam?
Accident failed pen.
I'm sorry?
Accident or failed pen.
No, not that. Another example, please. You need to find them.
Roy Sullivan was even unluckier than Otis. No?
Oh, even unlike. There is the word even, which doesn't go to this variable. You see? Look through the text.
John's life has been more accident filled than he would think possible.
Yes, that's right. Now find a sentence and underline it. It's rule 3. Got it? Yes. Now, I would like to suggest you to play a short game. For this, we need to follow the link. And let's see what happens. Just a moment. Bless you. Bless you. Let's put it over here. So here is the game which is called qualifiers, comparatives, and superlatives. I'll put a start and we'll see what happens. The task for you is to organize the words into 3 groups: qualifiers, comparatives, and superlatives. We'll do like this. I'm not sure whether the board is working, so we'll see. Any ideas I will try here, you will tell me how many places. Yeah?
Prettier is to those two comparatives.
Prettier, let's see. Does it work? No, it doesn't. So we'll do like this. Prettier goes to comparatives. So this is how it works. We'll start over again. And this time you will try to do it, okay?
Okay.
So you may come over here to the mouse in a chain and put the words according to the group. Shall we? Shall we
Yeah,
try?
let's go.
Okay. Come. Start from the prettier
Okay.
again.
Yeah, those.
Amina? Yes, you. Let's try to do it quickly. Can you see?
Yes.
Take the first word, nicest, for example. Where does it go?
Superlatives.
Nicest. All right, we'll see it then. Orhan? Come on. As soon as possible, yes. Best. All right, Lera? Hurry up. Lera, get ready. All right. Next one. You're moving too fast. Okay. Why did you choose that one, I wonder? Who's next? Maria? That's your turn? Put it back. Well done. Go on. Yes. Good job. Thanks. So let's do it. 3 more. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Words.
Great.
Let's.
Complete. What? 2 more. I told you. But who cares? Yes, please. And then submit the answers.
Great, great.
Okay, very well. Spoiler. Now, the next task for you is to complete exercise 5 in your student's book. Yes. What do we need to do? David, could you please read the task?
Complete the sentences with the comparative using the words and brackets.
Very well. So I give you 1 minute, that will be enough, I guess, to complete these sentences. After that, we'll check, and then you will be able to put points into your self-assessment form. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's get
Okay.
started. Well done. All right, I can see that you completed the sentences. Let's check them. Where did we stop last time? Miri, could you please read the first one?
His journey was more dangerous than his expected.
Very well. Put the tick. Okay. Can you explain what kind of form is it? Yes, can you explain what kind of form? It's comparative. What kind of adjective is it? Short or long? Long, yes, long adjective. Next one, Diana.
The more rewarded the scary, the best we
Let's see. The scarier. Very well. What kind of rule is it? Which rule is it? Who can say? From the Learn This box. Rule 1, rule 2, rule 3.
The first one.
Seven.
The second, yes, exactly. Now, can you say what kind of comparative form is the scarier? For long, for short adjectives, for short. Comparative or superlative? Comparative. Why is that? What does the rule say?
The was
Comparative, comma, the comparative. That is correct. Next, Denise. Well, again, the same structure. The What comes next?
Late.
Comparative, the comparative, and the sentence continues. Late concerns, two adjectives.
The later it's got, the concern is currently.
Now, concerns is a long adjective. What can you say about it? How do we form the comparative form of long adjectives?
We should use more.
Exactly.
More
So,
concerned.
very well. The later, the more concerned. That is correct. Put a tick if your sentence is correct. David?
Trains usually go more quickly, but the bus costs less.
Okay, quick. What kind of adjective is it?
Comparative.
What kind of adjective is it? Is it a short or a long one?
Short.
Short. Then make it a comparative.
The trains usually go quicker, but the bus costs less.
Quick, more quickly. Sorry, my mistake. I read quick instead of quickly. Arsen?
So, then less optimistic, that should be now, that should always start on the dark side.
Optimistic.
Less optimistic.
Less optimistic. That is correct. What kind of structure is it? Can you tell me?
This is the first one. The
First rule, all right, and
Optimistic is the long adjective.
good, good. Now put points into your self-assessment form. If all the sentences were correct, put 5 points.
We'll get the formative marks in the end of the lesson, right?
Yes, you will
Okay.
count.
So if everything is correct, we'll get 10, right?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on. Another lookout box suggests qualifiers. What are qualifiers? Sometimes we need to describe our actions, activities, and so on and so forth, not only using comparative structures, but to say a little bit of qualifier to show the, I would say, the measure of the adjectives. So there are several forms of qualifiers. They are a little, extremely, absolutely, quite, to show more or less the comparative is. Now I would like you to look at the lookout box to read it thoroughly. Again, we'll work with the text itself. Orhan, can you please read lookout box?
Lookout. We can qualify comparatives using a little, slightly, a lot, much, far, no, even. For example, flying is much safer than driving.
All right. Now I would like you to look at the text and try to find the comparison together with one of the qualifiers. Now the first one, Amina. Even unluckier than. All right. Now underline this phrase and put number 1 as a qualifier 1. Next, Orhan.
We can qualify comparatives with as, using just for similar things, almost, nearly, not quite, for small differences, or nowhere near, nothing like, for big differences. For example, flying's nowhere near as dangerous as driving.
Okay, now look at the text and find these very structures. Understand?
There's nothing like a better written John line.
Very well. Now underline this structure, please. What does it show? Does it show small difference or big difference?
Big difference.
Big difference, yes, that you are correct. Now again, we have a little bit of practice. To comprehend this very rule, I suggest you to, again, to play. Here we go. So And I'll put it straight away. Doesn't work. All right, we'll skip this task unfortunately because it doesn't want to work.
Oh no.
Yes.
No way.
Unfortunately, yes, we. Well, we'll go straight to exercise 6 then. Here we go. Yes, student's book. Exercise 6. And again, prepare your self-assessment forms. After that, we'll check this exercise. If everything is correct, you will get your points as well. And don't forget that I also evaluate you during the lesson. That's why your activity will give you extra points somehow. Is it clear?
Okay.
All right, so 1 minute for exercise 6. Okay, let's check. Where did you stop? Who knows?
Here, somewhere here.
Somewhere here, all right. Vera, could you please read the first sentence?
100 meter is nothing new.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near as much as 300 meters.
Million euro. Let's see. No way. What does this phrase mean? Does it express small comparative or big comparison? Difference. Small difference or big difference? Look at the rule. It will help you.
Big.
Big difference. Very well. Rihan, next please.
Next. Gold is a lot more expensive than steel.
You guys see?
Yeah, so it's big difference as well.
Good. Vega.
The Pacific Ocean is far bigger than the Arctic Ocean.
Good for you. Big difference or small difference? Big difference. Very well. Mariam.
Spain population is nothing like as big as China. It is a big difference.
Big difference. Very well. Diana.
Means smart is a little
Smaller.
smaller tractors.
First, let's see. So is it a big difference or small difference?
Small.
Big.
Big. Big difference?
Small
Small
difference.
difference. A little smaller. Well, actually they look the same. Okay, very well. And
So we need to fill the self-assessment form, right?
yes,
Uh,
assess yourself, put points.
If
If
everything
all the
is
sentences
right.
are correct, put 5.
Okay, thank you.
If you have mistakes, count as well. Well, and again, another task for you to complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first. You need to use the words in brackets. Here you can see some tips for you to make comparative structures. Besides, it relates to use of English. You are raising your hand to answer.
Yeah.
You need to write in your students' books and then we'll check. And this time we are going to do it like this. You will exchange your students' books and check your classmates. All right? For your assessment. Well, 3 minutes will be enough. Okay, let's check. Mireille.
Math is far more difficult than history. History is nowhere near as difficult as
I hope you exchange your students' books, right?
You need to switch
Yeah,
yourself.
you need to exchange. You give your students' book to me. I will do it. Денис,
Cars are nowhere near as safe as planes. Planes are much safer than cars.
let's see. Are much safer than. David?
Health is a lot more important than money. Money is nothing like important than health.
Nothing like
As
as important as. Okay. Put -1 to you, please. Arsen.
So, Facebook is used to be so popular. Facebook is much popular than it used to be.
What about them? Where is it?
Than it used to be. I say that.
More popular than it used to be. Amina?
It's as much money when you are young. The older you get, the more money you need.
All right. Now count the correct sentences and put of.
Do I need to put the mark for my meter?
Yes.
Oh,
Now look attentively at these very statements. Math is far more difficult than history. Cars are nowhere near as safe as planes. Money is nothing like as important as health. Facebook is more popular than it used to be. The older you get, the more money you need. I would like you to express your opinion and to say whether you agree or disagree with these very statements. Here I can suggest you some phrases to express your opinion. Some expressions for agreeing, disagreeing, and also giving reasons and examples. Express your opinion according to the statements given. Agree or disagree. Choose any and share with us.
Then I'm sure that history is nowhere near as difficult as math. Although it has too much data, I don't think that math is simpler.
It's simpler.
Yeah.
So does anybody agree with Amina? Or maybe disagree? Anything to add about history and math?
Yes, math is more difficult than history, and because it's scientific knowledge.
It's science.
Yes, and for me, it's more difficult.
Very well. Arsen, you wanted to say something?
I said that I agree with him.
Thank you very much. What about another statement? You're welcome.
So I would say that health is more important than money, because by money you can buy the health. So you should take care of your health from the birth.
Good idea. Does anybody agree or disagree with Arsen? He thinks that everything can be bought if you have. No, nothing can be bought, even if you have a lot of money, right?
No, you can buy a house.
You can't
Can't buy a house.
buy health.
Yeah.
You agree, disagree?
I disagree with the statement because nowadays we can buy health for money. I think so because opportunities that are given in our century can make us feel more healthier than it was.
All right. Pretty fair enough. Okay, another opinion about any statement, please. Ilhan, you wanted to say something?
I have nothing to say.
No, it's not correct answer.
So I wanted to talk about the health and money, but I
Okay.
said because you chose Arsen first, I can't say anything more than that.
What about other statements? They are quite clear. No, planes are much safer than cars. Is it really so?
Yeah.
It is.
It is. Maybe anybody disagree.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Give reasons, please.
If we compare statistics of traffic
Accidents, right?
accidents, they are almost the same.
You mean the number of people that are injured during the accidents?
Not a number of people, but if so, it can also be
The same.
yeah.
I strongly disagree with my classmate Amina, as I may concern. So all over the planet there are traffic accidents like every day. Like in every city there is a lot of accidents. However, when the plane crashes, we all know like wherever the accident happens. So it's much more regularly the car accident.
Okay, I see. Thank you for your
I wouldn't say that. Planes in India are crashing almost every day, almost every flight.
And you don't even know about it.
Yeah, if it's like just small planes where one person like.
Yeah, there are
Are they or just
40 people in one plane, and there are one person, 2, 4.
40 people is a good number.
no?
You know?
Yeah. So I
Yes.
can agree that every day there's a plane crashes in India because it's just impossible. The planes wouldn't fly if they crash every day. One of them crashes every day.
Why?
It's just like the fact.
No, for example, this day plane in India crashes, then plane in Kazakhstan crashes, then plane in UK crashes, you know? Like,
So you say that one one plane, like in the whole world, one plane that like crashes
No, I'm not
every
saying
day.
that every day only one plane is crashing. I'm saying that.
Average, right?
On average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On average.
But the car accidents happen with a lot more cars.
Okay, let's be friendly, okay?
We are friendly.
You are friendly, but we'll stop here. I mean, this discussion, okay? We'll discuss it maybe later. We'll discuss it maybe later. All right. What about the statement? You don't need as much money when you are young, which is the older you get, the more money you need. Do you agree, or maybe disagree with this statement?
I strongly agree with that.
Strongly.
I'm the oldest sibling and I buy all my other siblings the stuff they ever want. I pay for taxi, I pay for almost everything. So they're chilling.
They don't need money, you think. Okay, students, thank you for your activities. And the last but not the least task you are going to do today is handout activity. I would like you to close your student books to get this last task of yours. The task says to put the words in the correct order to make comparative sentences. This task will also be included into your points. Okay, so please exchange your papers with your neighbors, please. And let's check it. So please exchange your papers with your neighbors.
Okay.
Read Amina's version of sentence 1.
So
Mhm.
some people should be more healthy.
I mean, the next,
Some.
Where is
some. Some is over there.
Okay, he was less stressed than Collins yesterday.
Is it Arsen's version?
Yes.
Okay. Colin's less stressed than he was yesterday. Colin apostrophe S means Colin is. Lera, or Hans version of sentence 3.
The one exercise I did, the notice, right? Begin.
Very well. Orhan, Lera's version of sentence 4.
Britain is much bigger than Turkey.
Good job. Lera,
So I read the Becca's version, right?
okay, read Becca's version.
Okay, Prague is nowhere near as expensive. Wait, yeah, as expensive as London.
Well, it depends. Maybe London is no way near as expensive as Prague. So it's not a big deal, I mean.
Ah.
You're right. London or Prague in the first place is no way near. That's all right. And we came to an end of our lesson. Count your points and complete the self-assessment form. Here you should include feedback. Try to assess yourself. What you did well, how you felt you achieved, what could you have done better, and what your next steps will be. After the lesson, I will look at all your writings and try to make some conclusions, as well as points. And your home task for tomorrow is workbook page 19. Submit your forms.